Let's make a red velvet cake. 1 cup of butter that I creamed well with my mixer first. 3 eggs and 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. Oh my God, that's so much sugar. I know, we're making a cake. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract measured with your heart. 1/2 cup of sour cream. 1 tablespoon of red food coloring. Mix well again. 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And continue to mix this some more. Pause that mixer from time to time and scrape the bowl down to ensure you're getting everything mixed appropriately. Add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. This time when we mix, we're only going to mix on low speed and just until incorporated. We don't want to overmix this. Lots of flour not incorporated. That's exactly what I want. I'm done with the mixer. In a small bowl or a small cappuccino cup, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and add to that 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The foamy magic. Once that mixture has foamed together, add that to your cake batter. And I'll use a silicone spatula to finish folding this cake batter together, but we're not going to overmix it. This is an appropriate time to point out that I'm not afraid to admit my mistakes. I forgot a key component of this cake several ingredients ago. 1 cup of milk should have been added before the flour was added, back when we were doing the moist ingredients. I'm sure it's going to be fine. My only real concern here is the order in which the ingredients were added, but it's past that point. There's nothing we can do about it now. I don't want to get my mixer back in here, so I'm just going to use a spoon and try to incorporate this. Let's see how this works out. Just swapped out the spoon for another spatula, and I feel like this is incorporating really nicely. I don't think we're going to have any problems with the final product. This is not television, folks. This is real life. This is going to get dispersed amongst 2 9-inch round cake pans. Cake pans are well greased. Give each cake pan a little tap before you pop them into a 350-degree oven. 24 minutes was perfect cooking time for my oven. These will fully cool here on this wire cooling rack before I ice them. It's time to make the icing. We're starting with 1 cup of softened butter and 1 block of cream cheese. Mix both of these together very well with your mixer until it's really creamy. When it's super smooth and creamy, it's time to start adding icing sugar. I'm going to use between 4 and 4.5 cups of icing sugar. But I'm going to start with 2 cups, and I'm going to mix and taste and see how the taste and the consistency is. Before my first mix, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. If you don't have this, add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I'm adding the 3rd cup of icing sugar. Before I turn the mixer back on, I am going to scrape down the sides of the bowl. I just did a taste after those 3 cups of icing sugar, and it's perfect. I'm not going to add any more powdered sugar, but I'm going to mix now really well to make sure it's super fluffy. The frosting is ready. I would describe fully cool as a very clear, specific direction. However, my interpretation would be rather loose. I don't think anyone's going to be shocked that I'm not going to pay too much attention to making this perfect. I don't really aim for perfect. The less perfect your cake is cut, the more gaps to fill with the icing. It's a no-brainer for me, okay? It's just now occurred to me that I've taken a rather large piece of cake, and I'm assuming that some of you may be judging that sampled size. I would just like to say kindly and respectfully, mind your business. I like cake. And I like milk with my cake. And I happen to like to eat my cake with a spoon. Don't be so judgy. You would never even know that I screwed up with the milk in this cake. It's perfectly moist, decadent, delicious. I think it's relatively easy to make. All I can say is holy sweet baby shitballs.